ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the North Country Charter Academy class of 2009. Fred Gagne.
Will the audience please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Good afternoon and welcome parents, relatives, friends, school administrators, school board members, and special guests to North Country Charter Academy's 5th graduation ceremony. We are so very honored and pleased that you could be here this afternoon to share this special event with us. Let me begin by first thanking Mr. and Mrs. Edward Claremont, owners of this beautiful Beacon Resort, for hosting our ceremony, giving us time for meetings, weekend rehearsal, providing us with live music, and donating the facility and refreshments for our students' pool party, which took place after graduation rehearsal. With change comes new leadership. I would like to recognize and thank the new Commissioner of Education, Dr. Virginia Berry, whose first day on the job began yesterday, for attending this ceremony, especially during this busy time of her transition. We are very proud to say that this is the first event she's attended since she was sworn in yesterday. I look forward to working with her and her team, and I ask that she stand to be recognized and welcome her to say a few words if she'd like.
Well, this is obviously just so incredibly special for all of the families and friends and all of the people that supported the development of this school. It's just really exciting. When I was driving up 93 from Concord, I thought, oh, those graduates, they must be beside themselves, that they've done so well to make this progress in their lives. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight. And I'll always remember it as my first event as Commissioner of Education. It really is a pleasure to be able to share this time with you. It's such an important time for graduates, as well as for educators and policymakers who care so much about the young people in the state of New Hampshire. This charter school is the result of the vision of individuals who were not satisfied with the status quo, who sought new ways to provide youngsters and students with the tools they needed to meet the challenges for preparation for the 21st century. This design worked. For example, for Dana Roy, who combined his work at North Country Charter School with his interest in working in the Berlin CTE program. He will now matriculate to the White Mountain Community College. Jessica Gaspard, who tried traditional schools, homeschooling, and finally found her way to the North Country Charter School. She has been accepted in the Automotive Technology program in Pennsylvania, a young woman who found a passion and found a way to finish high school in order to pursue her passion. Daisy Simpkins, for whom the traditional public school presented challenges. Those challenges were overcome by attending the North Country Charter School, and she is tonight a high school graduate as she prepares for her motherhood. These are 3 examples. Roberta was so excited when I met with her yesterday to talk about all of the students, the 116 that have graduated, the work, the time, the energy, the support from their parents, their family, teachers, and policymakers. This is what happens when people come together to make something work.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Berry. Kate has been a member of the Charter Board since its inception 5 years ago. She has just completed her second year as chair of the board and will begin her third term this coming school year. I'd like to recognize her for her leadership, dedication, and commitment to the charter school. She has given so much of her time to this charter in making sure all the governances focus on what is best for our students. Thank you, Kate. Kate Cassidy, in appreciation for your leadership role as NCCA chairperson for 2 years and continued commitment to NCCA as a board member since its establishment in 2004. Class of 2009. Thank you. I would like to conclude my speech by saying congratulations to all of the 2009 North Country Charter Academy graduates. You have inspired me every day. I've seen the sparkle of magic in each of your eyes. I've seen your shoulders lifted and your heads rise with pride. I've seen you begin to dream beyond reaching the milestone today. You have also shown me you have fallen back in love with education, and it's so refreshing to know you welcome it to be part of your lifelong journey. I am so proud of all of you, and I know this is just one step in the beginning of your lives, and I look forward to following up with each and every one of you in the forthcoming years. Congratulations. It is now a great pleasure for me to introduce to you a special individual who has, throughout the years, given us a lot of his time and support. I would also like to thank him for his visits to our school and say the students especially enjoyed his conversations. Executive Counselor Raymond Burton.
Can have all the boards and all the commissions and all the money and all of us state representatives and elected officials, but a program like this is happening in the first 5 years and in the years ahead because of Lisa. Any way you slice it, Lisa,
Thank you so much.
At the head of every school there is the principal. You can have the school board and the superintendent, but when things get to the principal's desk, they either move forward or they sort of sit there for a while. Commissioner Berry, you and I on the executive branch of state government bring the greetings of Governor Lynch and all of us on the executive council. The greetings of the lawmaking branch obviously will be given by Brian Ward and other state reps here too. But Lisa, be proud this day. Success, 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 year after year. Thank you so much for including me.
Thank you. Once again. Thank you. Very kind gentlemen. It is now an honor to introduce to you New Hampshire Representative Brian Ward. Having one of the charter schools directly located in his hometown has given him the opportunity to see the charter schools grow and to witness the success of the charter school throughout the years. New Hampshire State Representative Brian Ward.
This is indeed a great personal thrill for me to be here and to participate in your graduation. The reason it's a thrill was that I was on the Littleton School Board in 2004 when this proposal was brought to the respective school boards throughout the North Country. And we all had high hopes. And the reason we all had high hopes was that we knew that collectively and individually there were students that we weren't meeting their needs, and that we needed a new approach and a different approach to meet the needs of all of our students. And the charter school came about because of that. And as a former school board member, I couldn't be prouder of the vote that I made, just as one, to begin this process over 5 years ago. Second time I really became proud of this program was in June of 2005 with the first graduation. Bob O'Connor, who is filming it on Channel 2, our cable access network, had it. As an attorney, I always urge my clients to have positive body language when they go and have to be involved with the court system. The body language of those graduates, as today, was so positive and so proud of what they accomplished. Someone once said that in show business, you never ever follow a kid or a dog act. I'm going to add a third item. You don't follow Ray Burton, because my theme for tonight, and being the welcome speaker, I get to help set the theme, is that truly tonight is a night of success. Here in the North Country, we do two things very, very well. We grow trees. New Hampshire is about 82% trees. We do a great job. The second thing that we do is we raise great kids. I think we could all agree that we have a bumper harvest of young people in the North Country here on the stage. It's not always been easy to get here. I know that you've worked very hard. Raising my three kids, I used to always use the phrase that the night has 1,000 eyes, so that if you're going to screw up, probably somebody's watching. Well, tonight, I think we can say the North Country has 10,000 eyes. And we're not seeing anybody screwing up, we're seeing young people succeeding. And that is a true gift that you're giving us, because we can't do anything better than to hopefully help in raising and creating the opportunities so that you can succeed. You have succeeded, you are successful, and you are the pride of the North Country, and we are all proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Representative Ward. Kate Cassidy.
Wow, 5 years. Today, Lisa was in my office, and she was telling me about the speakers tonight, and she was saying that they were very, very nervous. Well, I know how you feel. 2 years ago, when Lisa, it's kind of a joke, Lisa had asked me, she said, "Would you be chairman of the board?" I said, "Sure, not a problem. One condition has to be met." She says, "What's that?" "No public speaking." So today she's in my office and gives me 5 pages of public speaking. So I do understand how you feel. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the following board and staff members for their 5 years of outstanding dedication to the Charter Academy. The Board of Directors appreciates all your hard work. They've been with us since 2004. Board member Kevin Shine, he is unable to make it today. Board and staff member Kim Randall, would you come up here, please? Kim has been on our board for 4 years and now is a staff member at the Charter Academy. Staff member and teacher Paul Hennessy. Staff member and teacher Deborah Ryder. The next staff member is hard to write about. Without our principal, Lisa Lavoie, the Charter Academy would not be here today. Since 2004, I have watched Lisa work long, hard hours, raise a family, receive her master's degree, her principal's certificate, and is currently working on her superintendent license. There's 3 words that come to mind when I think of Lisa, and it all comes from her heart: compassion, determination, and dedication to the students and to the charter school. From the Board of Directors, we appreciate all your hard work. Thank you, Lisa, for your outstanding 5 years of dedicated service. There you go.
Thank you all so much. Again, you're too generous and kind. It really is something special that I like to do, and I truly believe, once again, my famous saying, it's a regionalized effort. The success is because of each and every one of you. You know, these students wouldn't be here today without the parents, the families, the legislators, the school board members, the educational leaders. Truly, truly is. It's a unique situation up here in the North Country. Just imagine the territory that we cover. It's just awesome. So again, thank you all so much. I would now like to introduce to you one of our Senate directors from Lancaster, Mr. Scott Kleinschrodt.
Good evening, and welcome to tonight's ceremony. It is an honor to address you this evening, and I would like to begin by congratulating the seniors of the class of 2009. Though the road taken by these deserving individuals may not have been the traditional path of others, they have arrived here nonetheless in flying colors. There were some tough times in the beginning of the year with computer and program glitches. These young people nevertheless persevered and accomplished the goal they set for themselves, and that was to graduate from high school. And now it is on to the real world, where they will be able to explore their inner desires and make a mark for themselves. In some ways, I'm a bit jealous. The freedoms they have now will probably never be experienced again in their lifetime. To the graduating seniors, please take the lessons you have learned at the Academy and apply them to your daily lives. Set goals, work hard to achieve your goals, and never give up. My hope is to be able to meet you again in 10 years and hear stories of success. Good luck. I am very proud of each and every one of you.
Tyler Barrows.
Thanks, Mr. K. He taught me so much. If my grammar's messed up, it's because of this guy right here. Hi, everyone. My name's Tyler Barrows. I'm going to be a graduate today. I'd like to, first of all, to thank all of you guys for making this school possible. And talk. The reason I'm here is because I was literally getting like a 7 in Colebrook Academy in English. That was pretty bad. And I came here to North Country Charter Academy in Lancaster, and my grades went skyrocketed because I have such good teachers. I can't suck up enough. I heard about the school from my friend Cody Henry Green and my friend Jesse Hearn, and they said it gave them great success, so I decided why not? I would be a dropout if the school wasn't around. And another reason I wanted to graduate is because my father, he dropped out in 9th grade, so I wanted to prove to him that I could pass and get my diploma. And it also said in my grandmother's will that I should graduate, not do drugs and all that good stuff, and I'm here to fulfill my promise to her to graduate. Every Friday, we would have people come in from all the colleges, all the jobs around the North Country, and show us all our job opportunities, and that made a big difference because I'm thinking about going into the woods or going to White Mountains Regional College for automotive. And yeah, I lost my spot. So I'd like to thank all of you guys again for making this school possible, and all my parents for always being around. See, Mr. K, Miss Ryder, I told you I could do it. Too bad I won't be there next year to bother you two awesome teachers. Anyways, back to business. Yeah, It's kind of sketchy. Anyways, I plan on going to college, like I said, for auto repair, or I might go to UTI or Wild Tech for automotive. And I'd like to give a special thanks to my mom, dad, Sandy Dog, and all my friends, especially Don Paul, for supporting me. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler, for making through it. Is Timothy Brown in the room? Timothy Brown is a brother of one of the graduates who is going to read Jennifer's speech, but I guess he's not here. Okay, at this point, I'd like to introduce Chelsea DeBoard.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chelsea DeBoard. I'm a 2007 graduate from the North Country Charter Academy. Lisa asked me if I'd be interested in coming here to speak with you about my experience at the Charter Academy, and I was so excited to do so, the same way I was when I told my story at my graduation. Let me begin by telling you I was expelled from the traditional public high school I was attending in the spring of 2006. My life was a constant party scene, and I didn't really care too much about my future. I tried getting my GED, but had absolutely no ambition and gave up on that too. I moved to Michigan and lived with a friend and tried to start things over, but somehow ended up right back home. Traditional public schools are not for everyone, and they definitely were not for me. The early mornings were hard for me. I constantly felt overwhelmed with schoolwork, always struggled with failing grades, and was influenced by peer pressure and drama. I was so caught up in rumors and gossip, I found myself spending almost no time in class and all my time in detention or in school suspension. My social life made it nearly impossible to focus on academics. The North Country Charter Academy changed all that for me in many different ways. I honestly loved how strict the school was when it came to things like no talking aloud and absolutely no being late or absent. Although I had no homework, my coursework was very challenging, and truly even more challenging than my traditional schools. I also liked that there was no distractions in the classroom, and part of the school required me to be in a work-study placement. Most of all, there were no social quandaries, and the school seemed more than perfect for me. My traditional school also did not accept any of my illnesses. After spending many different days in hospitals and treatments, I was diagnosed with bipolar II disorder, obsessive-compulsive disorder, attention deficit disorder, and oppositional defiance. My school just categorized me as an unruly child and never really gave me the special attention that I needed. North Country Charter Academy was based on independence, working at your own pace and having more than enough one-on-one attention whenever needed. The North Country Charter Academy not only cared about my schoolwork, but they cared about me personally in my everyday life. They cared about where I wanted to be in 5 or 10 years from now. They cared about helping us find jobs and keeping jobs, and just making something of ourselves. The North Country Charter Academy made me feel more successful than I'd ever felt in my life. After graduation from the charter school, something no one ever thought was possible, including myself, I started to believe in myself more and more, and I took on challenges that I'd always dreamed of. Since graduation, I've been skydiving twice, have held a steady, wonderful job of almost 2 years, making plans to go to college, and recently just returned from a trip from Arizona and California, giving me a chance to check out the West Coast, somewhere I've always dreamed of living and going to school. I'm currently working at the Hampton Inn in Littleton, where I'm the front desk agent, and recently been offered a promotion as the assistant front office manager, in which I plan to act upon. I have a huge interest in the hospitality business, and I've put a lot of thought into working my way up into hotel management. Planning to go to college is one of the biggest dreams I've ever had, a dream that once seemed too far out of reach. But with the help of the North Country Charter Academy, they pulled my dreams back into reach again. Graduating with perfect grades, perfect attendance, finishing off with a speech at my graduation, and receiving my high school diploma would have never been possible without this charter school. Everyone deserves a second chance, and this was the second chance that I needed to turn myself around. So I hope that this charter school continues to exist for years to come for the other students to have the same opportunity I did to experience this success. And I'd also like to thank Lisa Lavoie, Mrs. Ryder, and Mr. Hennessy. They pushed me up when I was falling behind, supported me through the tough times, and got me through to the end. And to the students, 2009 is the year you've waited for your whole lives, and now that it's here, it may be a little frightening. It may mean the end of high school and saying goodbye to friends and family, but you shouldn't look at this as an end, but as a beginning. It's a beginning of your new lives in the real world. You'll meet new people and go new places, see new things. You'll go to college and have new jobs, make new friends, and someday maybe start a family of your own. So to the students, I want to congratulate you and wish you all the very best in your futures. Knowledge is a degree that incorporates life's curriculum, and you are all kind, intelligent, driven individuals, so I believe in every single one of you. Good luck to you all, whatever you choose to do. To the class of 2009, congratulations, you made it.
Thank you, Chelsea. Anne Marie Donlin.
Hi, my name is Anne Marie. I'd like to begin by saying I'm so proud of my son Corey and all of these kids that are graduating today. It took courage and hard work, but you're here today and you proved that you could do it. I often think about where all these kids would be today without this charter school. This school not only gave them a reason not to give up, but it gave them a chance to feel successful again. They were treated as individuals with individual learning skills and abilities. It didn't matter who they were, where they came from, if they were involved in sports or extracurricular activities. They were all here for the same reason. They wanted to graduate. When problems arose, they were understood, and they worked through it. When they were challenged, they did their best. They were never told they wouldn't graduate or that they weren't going to make it, so they may as well quit school and find a job. These teachers and staff at North Country Charter Academy stuck by these kids, guided them, believed in them, and praised them every step of the way. How did we become part of the Charter Academy? In my son's junior year of high school, after being told prior to that he was okay with his credits and community service hours, we were informed that Corey, in fact, did not have enough credits. It would not be graduating with his class in 2009. I was angry, confused, and let's just say I counted to 10 many times on the way home. I called Mrs. Lavoie from the North Country Charter Academy immediately and told her our situation. A few days later, we got the call from her and was told the school had sent the referral paperwork and that there was an opening. Corey started the following week. When his records were reviewed upon entering the Charter Academy, it was discovered that indeed Corey did have enough credits to graduate with the State of New Hampshire diploma. He worked hard and finished school this past January. His part-time job turned into full-time, and now he's even talking about college or a tech school. I didn't think I'd ever hear those words come out of his mouth. But I'm happy for him and to support him. For whatever reasons these kids came to the charter school, it was the choices and decisions they made to prove to themselves that they could do it. They felt successful and were accepted for who they are. My only regret is that Corey didn't come to this school years ago. With all that we went through, the stress, the sleepless nights that I had worrying about him turned into positive energy. I felt like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders. Corey had gained his confidence in himself again. I don't know what we would have done without this school if it wasn't an option for him. I was glad to hear, when I talked with Mrs. Lavoie, that in the past 4 years there have been 116 students that have graduated. 30% have gone on to college, and 29% were dropouts yet received their high school diplomas. Without the support of the New Hampshire Department of Education, our state officials, superintendents, administrators, and everyone who supports the school, this all would not be possible. Thank you for coming today, and thank you for your support. To the parents who never gave up, who struggled right along with your son or daughter, this is your day too. Sorry.
That's great.
In closing, I would like to first thank my family for all your love and support and for being there for me when I needed to vent, and your encouragement. We couldn't have done it without you. I would also like to thank the teachers and staff for always being there for us, just a phone call away, and for loving what you do. And for all you have done for these kids. This Charter Academy has changed a lot of lives. Without this second chance, these kids would not be here today. With that, I would like to say congratulations to the class of 2009. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anne Marie. It's a pleasure to introduce Denise Gaspard, a parent and member of the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Lisa. Good evening, honored guests, parents, and graduates. I was a home teacher for Jessica for 3 years. We moved a little bit around, and it was the best way to get her educated. Then 2005, we moved to Littleton. I decided it was the best place for her to get education. We enrolled her in Littleton High School, and I felt that Jessica had fallen behind in her homeschooling, so felt that was the best thing to do for her at that time too. I met Lisa a few months before the beginning of school. I was very impressed with her enthusiasm, which was not mentioned earlier, her excitement about the North Country Charter Academy. I received information and filled out an application. Jessica wasn't too enthused at the time. But with a little bit of convincing, and after the interview, she thought it was a good alternative. She wasn't able to get in right away. She was put on a waiting list. So we did have her start at Littleton High School. She did well at first, but as time went on, things just rolled into miserable. She was failing a couple of classes. She was seriously thinking about quitting school altogether. That's when, probably it was December, January, we got a call, and there was a slot open, and Jessica had been, picked to attend. Again, she wasn't sure about that. Had to convince her a little bit more. But then she finally did accept the admission. It wasn't long after beginning ACCA that Jessica began to flourish. I saw her self-esteem improve. She was happy. She was smiling more, less argumentative. I was actually seeing a lot of good improvement in her that I never thought I would ever see again. She was eager to go to school, which was like a miracle. She really connected with the teachers, Miss Ryder, Mr. Hennessy, and later on Miss Owens. And she really felt that they respected her as much as she respected them. And that was the thing that she kept saying to me, is that, Mom, they really care about us. She really did start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, where she felt she was going to graduate. And then she wanted to pursue her goal as an automotive technician. We made a trip to WyoTech. She fell in love with the place. We applied. She's been accepted, and in September is ready to start. Jessica not only has grown in her academic life, but also in her personal life. I'm very proud of her accomplishments. and I'm confident that she'll succeed in whatever she wants to do now. 2 years ago, I was invited to become a parent member for the Board of Trustees at NCCA. That's where my education began. I met a group of people that were passionate and protective of their students. They not only genuinely wanted these young people to succeed, but they wanted them to excel. They are just as proud to see them succeed and look forward to seeing them pursue their dreams in whatever endeavors they choose. After my term as a parent member, I requested to continue to be on the board. I wanted to be part of a project that is destined to be a leader in providing an alternative for students that struggle to fit into the public school system. I congratulate you all. You've done a great job. You deserve everything you got and everything you're going to get. I'm going to leave you here with a quote by Tony Dorsett. Everything starts with yourself, with you making up your mind about what you're going to do with your life. Tell kids that it's a cruel world and that the world will bend them either left or right, and it's up to them to decide which way to bend. So bend in your direction. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Denise. Now I'd like to introduce Jessie Hearn.
Thank you very much, Ms. LeBlanc. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jessie Hearn. I am 17 years old and I am from Columbia, New Hampshire. I have been a student at NCCA for 2.5 years and stand before you tonight as a graduating student. I began my high school years at Colebrook Academy in Colebrook, New Hampshire. During my time at Colebrook, I didn't care about anything. I was always in trouble, and I think I actually spent more time out of the classroom than I really did in it. I only earned a half credit and was failing all my other classes. At the end of April in my freshman year, I was referred to the North Country Charter Academy. I went to the interview and was accepted. I started at the academy but was still in the frame of mind that I did not care, but did manage to complete my school year and was able to earn 3.5 credits. In the fall, my plan was to return to Colebrook Academy. Then I received a letter from the Charter Academy stating that I had a re-intake interview for the upcoming school year. I went to the interview and was again accepted. I decided that since I had success the spring before, that I would give it a go with the Charter Academy another year. During that school year, I was able to earn another 8 credits. This brought me up to a total of 12 credits. I only had 8 more to earn, and I would have enough to earn the Charter Diploma. I realized that I would be on target to graduate this year and have it be the year I was originally supposed to when I started school. I started to realize opportunities were coming my way. I also realized that I was feeling better about myself. I was caring about my education, and I even signed up with the charter school to go on a field trip to the White Mountain Community College to attend their first annual College Expo convention. My self-esteem and self-confidence were both increasing. I have also taken up an interest in the bass guitar and have been playing for almost 2.5 years. I am now at the end of my final year at the Charter Academy and have decided that I want to pursue a career in communications. My plan is to attend the White Mountain Community College to take my core classes and then transfer to Lyndon State College and major in broadcasting and possibly minor in music production or music education. You know, I actually find that kind of funny that someone who didn't like school is actually considering going to teach. If it had not been for the Charter Academy, I do not know where I would be right now, because I definitely would have dropped out of school at the age of 16. I would probably be working at some low-paying job and going nowhere in life. Thanks to the Academy, I am able to obtain my high school diploma and move on to pursuing a career in an area of interest. I would now like to take the moment to thank all the people who have helped me get to where I am today. First of all, I'd like to thank my parents, Kevin and Allison Hearn, for sticking behind me 100% and making sure I didn't give up. My grandparents, Joel and Dolores, for helping me through my earlier years in school. And Mr. K and Miss Ryder for helping me in my areas of difficulty. And most of all to Miss LeBlanc for showing me all the opportunities I can have and giving me all the ones that I have taken this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jesse. I'd like to introduce John Moody, Tasia Moody's father.
If I'm going to read her speech, she can at least stand next to me, don't you think? Right. Okay, this is Tasia's speech. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tasia Moody, John Moody. I would like to thank everyone who helped me reach my goal of graduating high school. I don't know if it would have been possible without the care and commitment of the charter school staff. The charter school truly inspired me to reach and then exceed my goal of graduating high school. Now I strive for a college degree. My journey has been a long and sometimes tough one. After getting into some trouble as a young teenager, I found myself sitting in a group home for teenage girls called Davenport. This experience was definitely a wake-up call. After 7 months of hard work, I was able to go back home and attend Littleton High School. Coming back to the public school was not the easiest transition. I was behind in credits and I wasn't used to the large amount of students in my classes. When I first heard about the charter school, I thought this was too good to be true. I soon had an interview, and before I knew it, my goal was set to graduate in June of 2009. I would like to thank the charter school for all their hard work, motivation, and constant support. It played a huge role in where I am today. Thank you.
I took it for granted. I got careless with my classwork and being on time. Both the kind and patient Mrs. Ryder and Mr. Hennessy, with his tolerance and leniency, cut me as much slack as allowed for as long as they really could. Everyone tolerated my behavior as long as they could, and incredibly well, I must say. But as I should have expected, after being warned again and again, Lisa had to go by the books and I was dismissed from the Charter Academy. Once the reality of being dismissed sunk in, the real disappointment hit home. What hurt the most was my family's disappointment. Every one of them gave me every ounce of their support, and I let them down. There's no greater feeling than letting down such a wonderfully loving and devoted group of people like my family and closest friends. They stood by to see me succeed, and I blew it. After a whole summer, I got what could be the most important phone call of my life up to this moment. On the other end was Lisa, and she brought me the amazing news. She wanted to give me a third chance, and there happened to be enough room for me to join. I am so lucky not only to have been given a second chance, but now a third try to get my diploma, and here I am. I can't say thank you enough to you, Lisa. Every day, no matter how good or bad, you told me I would do it. You always reminded me of my potential, and I'm grateful for all your belief in me and every bit of your effort to stretch the rules keeping me enrolled, even when my actions clearly stated I didn't deserve it. You kept me in mind and always had confidence in me. For this, I must thank you and Mrs. Ryder and Mr. Hennessy, Mrs. Owen for a short time also. I am also eternally thankful for my family's love and my friends' support. You were my greatest influence to succeed, and I wouldn't be standing proudly in front of you right now. I thank every person in this room that has come to show their support for someone in their life that has taken this huge step. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sierra. Thank you, parents. Thank you, students, all that spoke. I really appreciate the words. I'd like to reintroduce Kate Cassidy, Chair of the Board.
Second time's not so bad. I'm getting used to this now. Scott Merrick originally began his political career as a sophomore in high school when he lobbied Congress to appropriate money for blood cancer research. As a junior, he then began actively trying to positively change his community through initiatives as part of the community activism class at White Mountain Regional High School. From these experiences, Scott saw how powerful his actions and those of his classmates could be in effecting positive change. Before his freshman year at Tufts University, Scott spent the summer volunteering for Howard Dean's presidential campaign. He continued this work at Tufts by starting the Tufts Students for Dean group. At the end of his freshman year, Scott was asked to run for a seat in the New Hampshire House of Representatives by the Coos County Democratic Committee. Spending the entire summer and fall knocking on doors, talking with constituents, and educating himself about various issues, Scott passionately embarked on a mission to continue his fight for positive change and was elected in 2004. Scott received a Bachelor's of Arts from Tufts University in June 2008 with a degree in political science. While at Tufts, Scott was given the Tufts University Alumni Association Senior Award for Distinguished Leadership and Academic Achievement, as well as named as Truman Scholar finalist. Scott has also run competitively for the Tufts cross-country and track teams. Scott is currently serving his third term as New Hampshire State Representative. He sits on the House Education Committee and is also a member of the Democrat Majority Leadership Team, serving as an Assistant Majority Floor Leader. He is also working for the United States Senator Jeanine Shaheen. In 2009, Scott was named a Rising Star in the New Hampshire Democrat Party and was chosen as one of the union leaders 40 under 40. Wow, I'd like to be that. Please join me in a warm welcome to welcome New Hampshire State Representative Scott Merrick.
Thank you, Kate, for that wonderful introduction. Principal Lavoie, members of the board, family, friends of the graduates, honored guests, and crying babies in the back. I know graduations tend to run long, so I will try to get off of this stage as soon as I possibly can. Before I truly begin, let me say it is an honor and a privilege to be here tonight. Thank you, Principal Lavoie, for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to share with all of you one of the most important moments in these graduates' lives. Specifically, let me extend a big thanks to all the teachers, administrators, board members, superintendents, Commissioner Barry, and all of those who have helped shape the education at the North Country Charter Academy. You have done a remarkable job crafting an educational philosophy and practice for these young adults, and I commend you for your service to our community and the state. As I've always believed, the future success of our state and country is fully dependent on the education our children receive. Thank you. We owe them a big round of applause. To the parents, guardians, family, and friends in the audience, you merely have to look up to the stage to see the reflection of your hard work, love, and dedication that you have poured into these graduates. Their success would not be possible without your support, and you as well deserve a ginormous round of applause. To the honored guests and elected officials in the audience, and especially my colleagues in the General Court, I thank you for your continued support for the North Country Charter Academy, and I ask that you all stand again and be recognized for your contributions to the school. Now, to the class of 2009, I know what you're probably thinking. Why is someone practically your own age speaking at your graduation? And what could he possibly tell you that would A, be worth listening to, and B, beneficial to your life? Well, if I were in your shoes, I would be thinking the exact same thing. Most people in your shoes, except someone older, wiser, grayer, or perhaps even balding, to speak and offer some amazing insights into life's mysteries, tell you how to make lots of money, retire young, and live on some exotic island. Well, here's the unfortunate bad news of the night. I plan on talking all about insights into life and not at all about making a lot of money. We as state representatives make $100 a year, and that's before taxes. I am here tonight, though, because of three principles that I believe have guided my life: taking advantage of opportunities, being passionate about life, and hard work. Since I began my involvement in politics, these principles have guided me to where I am today, and I have no doubt that if you follow these same principles, you will be happy and successful in whatever path you choose. Now, how did I come to such a conclusion at such a young age? Let me choose. Now, how did I come to such a conclusion at such a young age? Let me quickly tell you my story and how I learned this. And I hope by sharing this, you will see that no matter the obstacles in life, every challenge will undoubtedly provide an opportunity. To preface this story, I must say that I've been blessed with a great family to support me throughout. And I can say without reservation that I am humbled to have been given all the opportunities to be successful, to pursue my passion, and I thank them for all they have sacrificed. When I was 14 years old, I was a freshman in high school, and my mother was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, which is a blood cancer in the same group as leukemia and lymphoma. Some of you know this already. She came and spoke to a class in Lancaster, I believe, about what she's been doing. And she's also a state representative. And I really didn't know what to think. When you're 14 years old and you're told that your mother or somebody has cancer, it's hard to grasp. And so when I was 16, a sophomore, my mom asked me to join her to go down to Washington, D.C., and to lobby on behalf of the Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation to help appropriate money for blood cancer research. And at first I was just like, no way, politics is boring. I didn't want to go at all. I, at that point, wanted to go into biomedical engineering. I don't know why, I was awful at math, but I still wanted to do it. And so I went down, I think probably against my will, with her. And I spent 3 days learning about cancer, learning about lobbying, learning about government. And at the end of these 3 days, we went and we lobbied our congressman. And I'd never known what it felt like to be listened to and to have my voice listened to and to maybe make an impact. Granted, I was 16 and I was probably naive enough to realize or to think that my voice made an impact. But I really think it did, because at the end, they voted to appropriate close to $60 million for blood cancer research. And I came away from this process and away from this experience thinking, wow, I am one person. I'm 16 years old, and I'm making a difference. If I can do this here, well, geez, I'm going to go places. I can do this. I can really, really do this. And so I came back, and I started getting involved locally in my community, in my school. And as a junior, I had the opportunity to be involved with a program at my school called Youth in Government. And Councilor Burton, you know about Youth in Government. You've been involved. And again, I had an opportunity. And hopefully you'll start to see a theme develop. An opportunity to go for a day and visit the State House. Councilor Burton asked me to join him to go and find out what it's like to do the real thing. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So jumping forward a little bit, I decided when I was asked, I was mentioned in the introduction, to run. At first I was going to say no. I was a college student. There was no way I could do this. But I decided to, because, it was an opportunity that at 19 years old, you don't get. Most 19-year-olds aren't going to get this opportunity. And I had to take advantage of it, regardless if I won or lost. But I went into it asked as a ballot filler. For those of you who don't know what a ballot filler is, it's somebody who is asked to run because they don't have somebody to fill the spot, and they just need somebody to jump in and run. And so I didn't know that. Again, I was 19. I didn't really understand the political process to that extent. And so I ran, but I did so knocking on as many doors as I possibly could. I worked as hard as I could to get elected. And come November, I got elected at the age of 19 because of an opportunity, because of hard work, and because as I learned throughout this process, I was extremely passionate about trying to change things, doing what I thought was the right thing to do. Here I am, 5 years later, serving my third term, and as a result, of the three principles I really do believe are guiding my life, and hopefully yours as well: opportunity, passion, and hard work. All of you have and will continue to face challenges at each step of your life. Equipped with the excellent education you have received through the North Country Charter Academy, though, I not only have complete faith in your abilities to chart your own successful life, but also to be able to identify that which makes you very, very happy. When I graduated from high school, a teacher of mine gave me a card with a very famous quote by Henry David Thoreau that I'd like to share with you today. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. As you simplify your life, the laws of the universe will be simpler. With the education you all have received, and because you were able to identify this school as a vital step in your life, you are ready to go forward. Teachers open the doors, but you must enter by yourself. Go forth through these doors with the certainty that no matter what remains waiting for you on the other side, you will find happiness and success as long as you remain truthful to yourself. I congratulate all of you on this wonderful moment. This is indeed your moment. Enjoy it, and I thank you for this opportunity. Congratulations.
Just a little token of our appreciation. On behalf of the students, staff, and board members, we would like to present you a token of our appreciation for sharing your time with us and addressing our graduates. Thank you very much, New Hampshire Representative.
Thank you very much.
Chairperson Award. I know everybody's been waiting for this. This award is presented to a student who has overcome significant obstacles in his life, still maintaining the commitment to achieving a high school diploma. Student who has not given up, who has improved greatly in self-confidence and self-esteem. A student whose life was changed greatly as a direct result of the charter school. A student who we feel confident will succeed in the next steps in life. This year, I am pleased to announce that we have selected 2 students to receive the awards. I am very pleased to be presenting this award to such a deserving student. This young woman has had her share of obstacles to overcome in the past 2 years, where she has been a student here at the Academy. She has been challenged by many difficult situations that for most teenagers would have caused them to give up and quit school. But this student has determination. Her goal was to complete high school no matter what. Academically, this young woman excelled in every course and went beyond the expectations by going the extra mile. She asked for her most difficult classes for her electives because she wanted to challenge herself. We are very proud of the quality of work she has completed, but most proud of the mature person we have watched her become. She was also giving her time and willingness to help with the charter school's community service project in gathering supplies and preparing care packages that were sent overseas to the Marines serving in the Iraq War. Her caring personality and kindness was also obvious with her interaction with teachers and other students. We know she'll continue to strive to be a great employee and a member of her community. This award goes to Amy Lynn Cutting. As adults, we constantly are giving advice to young people in regards to how to be a success in life. We stress to them that they must take responsibility for their actions and work to the best of their ability. We ask that they dedicate themselves to worthy causes and to stand up for what is right. We ask that they be honest with both themselves and with those around them. We let them know it's all right to make a mistake, as long as you learn from it and take steps not to allow the same mistake to happen again. We as adults are constantly viewed as the teachers, thriving to impart life lessons on the young people within our midst. Every once in a while, however, a young person comes along who can teach the adults a few life lessons or two. The student from Lancaster who is being presented this award this evening has had to overcome obstacles in his school career that most adults could not even fathom having to deal with. Bear right with me. The word perseverance describes this young man to a T. He has taught all of us never to give up on yourself, and that through hard work you can accomplish almost anything. He is truly an amazing young man who has a very bright future in front of him. I am proud to present this award to Anthony Davis.
We are all excited to present to you the North Country Charter Academy Academic Awards. We're honored to be able to present to our students President Obama's Academy Awards. We are proud that North Country Charter Academy can be part of the President's Education Awards program that recognizes students in the following areas: outstanding academic excellence and outstanding academic achievement. Paul will read the description of the awards.
The President's Award for Educational Excellence recognizes academic success in the classroom. A student demonstrates high motivation, initiative, integrity, intellectual depth, leadership qualities, and/or exceptional judgment, and outstanding attendance is a requirement. The President's Award for Educational Achievement. The purpose of this award is to recognize students that show outstanding educational growth, improvement, commitment to intellectual development in their academic subjects.
Scott Kleinschrodt and Deborah will read their speeches.
It is my pleasure to present this award for academic excellence to such a deserving individual. In the fall, this student came to us possessing incredible skills. She had perfect scores on many of the assessments and was able to use her prior knowledge to show mastery in many courses. This student requested our most advanced classes and excelled in each and every one. She was more than willing to help her classmates when they were struggling in Algebra 2 and Science. She took advantage of the opportunity to gain as many credits as possible, allowing her to graduate with her fellow classmates. We present this award to Don Paul.
Yes. The next award is for academic achievement. It is reserved for that student who has gone beyond the expectations of his or her teacher, the student who has put in the extra effort. During the past year, our recipient looked at every assignment as a learning opportunity. There were no shortcuts. Her notes were impeccable, her papers were well thought out, and her test scores near perfect. Her final project included a PowerPoint, posters, a research paper, and a very powerful speech. We watched her academic skills greatly improve as the year progressed as she matured to become a more confident young woman. This award is presented to Brittany Stenson.
Academic Excellence from the Littleton site. The Littleton Award for Academic Excellence goes to a young lady who started with us on November 3rd, 2008, needing many credits to graduate. She arrived every day cheerful, highly motivated, and ready to work diligently for the entire session. Beyond receiving 7 credits here, she aggressively completed 4 Keystone courses online, which included English, chemistry, Spanish, and pre-calculus. We are fortunate to graduate an intelligent, talented, and lovely young lady whose goal is now to attend Wesley College. Tally Lewis, this award goes to you. Congratulations. Academic Achievement at the Littleton site. The Littleton Award for Academic Achievement goes to another young lady who started with us 2 years ago. From the beginning, the students showed commitment and dedication each step of the way. She was highly focused on her academics and extremely committed to her vocational program, which she attended each morning at the White Mountains Regional High School, enrolled in the Culinary Arts Department. We are so proud of her determination to achieve both her academic and vocational goals, and we are delighted that she was accepted to White Mountains Community College. This award goes to Kristen Peterson. From the White House, I'm delighted to join with your family, friends, and commitment in congratulating you, the 4 of you, on receiving the President's Education Awards. By earning this honor, you have shown a deep personal commitment to educational excellence, and I commend you for your hard work. Nothing is more important to our nation's long-term success than educating our future leaders. Your commitment to learning will help you meet the educational and professional demands in your future and will help lead America to a better day. I am confident that you will build on this achievement as you strive for even higher goals in your future. I wish you all the best for continued success in the years ahead. President Obama.
At this time, we'd like to share with you as to why some of our students are wearing the colored ropes. We are very proud of our school and students in that over the past 5 years, our end-of-the-year rate of attendance has averaged 90%. We are also proud that we are a Level 2 Follow the Child school, and the student surveys that were given resulted in 91% of the students stating attendance was very important to them. To recognize this accomplishment, students who are wearing green ropes have met 100% attendance. 2 of these students were unable to participate in today's exercises. 1 student is currently enrolled in the Job Corps and could not be here. For those students wearing red ropes, they have achieved an attendance rate of 95 to 99%. And for those students wearing yellow ropes, they have achieved an attendance rate of 90 to 94%. Would all the students wearing the colored ropes please stand so that we can recognize this great accomplishment? Congratulations.
I'd like to introduce Jessica Gaspard and Samantha Morris, students from the Littleton site, to please come forward.
Thank you, Lisa. Good afternoon. My name is Jessica Gaspard. And I'm Samantha Morris. We have found a poem that reflects to what our teachers have taught us. It's called Always Be a Student. Keep on learning, though your graduation's done. Your whole life's an education that has only just begun. Your diploma is the first step, for knowledge is the special key to winning what you want in life and being who you want to be. If you'll always be a student, you'll find the secret to success and travel on the golden road to peace and happiness. So now we would like to say, on behalf of the Littleton site of the North Country Charter Academy, we would like to thank Mr. Hennessy and Miss Owen for all they have done for us. They were there when we needed them, and they were there when we needed a push to get us through. We are here today because of the teachers we had. Thank you, Mr. Hennessy and Miss Owen. We would like to present you with these tokens of our appreciation.
Paul Hennessy, thank you for your commitment and dedication to the North Country Charter Academy, class of 2009. And to Fran Owen, thank you for your commitment and dedication to the North Country Charter Academy, class of 2009.
And now, Jesse Hearn and Tyler Barrows, Lancaster site students.
Testing. We're on, right? Okay, good afternoon. Our names are Tyler Barrows and
Jesse Hearn.
Happy New Year. We have also found a poem that we'd like to share with you guys, that appreciation towards our teachers. Here we go. It's called Number One Teacher. We have been fortunate to have you as our teachers. We enjoyed each lesson you have taught. As our role model, you've inspired all of us to dream and to work and to reach success. With your kindness and respect, you get our attention. Every day you planted a seed of courtesy and motivation to know and to grow and succeed at life.
On behalf of the students at the Lancaster site, we would like to thank Mr. Kleinschrodt and Mrs. Ryder for all they have done. They are both special teachers who truly care about their students and their success. Thanks for making a difference every day. To show our appreciation, we would like to present to you these two plaques of appreciation.
Thank you for commitment and the say that word.
Dedication.
Dedication, there we go. To North Country Charter Academy, Scott Kleindroth. Mr. K. I don't know how to say his last name.
Deborah Ryder, thank you for your commitment and dedication to the North Country Charter Academy.
You guys stay around, there's gonna be food.
Soon. I would like to introduce Staff Sergeant Joshua Morrison, who will present a special award to one of our students.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Staff Sergeant Morrison. I'm the local U.S. Army recruiter, and I'd like to take a minute to recognize one of the graduates here tonight, Frederick Gagne Jr., better known to his friends and family as Ricky, and I'm going to be presenting him with a check for continuing education in the amount of $65,556. Ricky?
I'm still looking for a way to pay for my education. Thank you, Sergeant. Okay. Before the presentation of the diplomas, I would like to give a special thanks and appreciation to my office staff. Kim Randall, my administrative assistant, and Linda Dalglish, my data manager. These ladies work very hard and are an integral part of our team. I am very fortunate as a principal to have all these professionals truly working together as a team for the charter school. Will Kim and Linda come forward? Linda, you can just come over here if you'd like.
Okay, I am not a public speaker, but Lisa is an awesome person to work for, and we decided she needs a little bit of relaxation. We have purchased from the staff a gift certificate to the Mountain View Grand Spa. Enjoy and relax.
Oh my God! Wow! Thank you. Thank you. That's great. Thank you so much.
Excuse me, but I'll be back. Thank you all so much. That's very, very, very kind. I appreciate it. And now for what everybody's been waiting for, the presentation of the diplomas.
Are you ready? Yes. I don't hear you. Are you ready? Would the first row please stand? Tyler Barrows. Garrett Belanger. Jennifer Brown. Amy Lynn Cutting. Anthony Davis. Would the second row please stand? Jessica Gaspard. Frederick Gonier, Jr. Cody Green. Thomas Hebert. Jesse Hearn. Samantha Labby. Mallory Lapointe. Talitha Lewis. Would the third row please stand? Michael McMahon. Tanya Miller. Tasha Moody. Samantha Morris. Brianna Murphy. Dawn Paul. Sean Pelletier. Kristen Peterson. Would the fourth row please stand? Zachary Rafuse. Corey Roy. Dana Roy. Andrew Shaheen. Daisy Simpkins. Brittany Stinson. Kevin Tringali. Sierra Yulfo.
I present to you the North Country Charter Academy Class of 2009.